What was your inspiration for charity, and when did you really start to get very involved?
Social consciousness is really what drives me. I couldn't imagine dressing people without addressing the issues. And when the AIDS epidemic broke out, it became very clear to me that we had to create a coalition to bring that awareness. So I started Seventh on Sale along with Anna Winter, and getting all the designers, to sort of donate all their things that are hanging out in their design room. And we brought the awareness to the retailers, to the designers, to the magazines, to the public, and the consumer came in, and in those days people were not discussing AIDS at all. So that was really, I would say, my launch into my passion for philanthropy and really bringing the two worlds together of philanthropy and commerce. I personally had been hit on every single level with cancer. My mother died of cancer. I don't think I'd be the person I am today had Anne not unfortunately contacted cancer. And when Anne had cancer, my daughter was born at the same time, 1 week apart. And I had a collection due. So really living birth and death simultaneously.
How do you inspire people that are lucky enough not to have a tragedy right now to understand that they need to get involved? Do you find that difficult, or do you find that it's people want to do the right thing?
I think we're living in a world of chaos right now. And I think that's where the name Urban Zen came from. Where do you find the calm and the chaos? In putting Urban Zen together, I looked at the universal thing that was missing, and that was the mind, the body, and the spirit. And I think of Urban Zen as a place and a space where people can come together, just as we're doing today, who really want to create a change. And this is not about me, Donna Karan. This is about the we. We have problems out there in the world today, no question about it. So how are we going to make the change? We can't keep pointing the finger at the government and saying they're going to do it. Those three fingers are back at me. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility as a designer. It's my responsibility as a mother. It's my responsibility as an activist, as person in the industry, but of a citizen of this world. And for me personally, and this is where the personal aspect came in, is I lived in a hospital practically my whole life, but as the loved one, not as the patient, and also as the patient, and realized there was absolutely something wrong with our hospital system. Where was the care in healthcare? When I grew up, there was holistic, family doctors. There's nobody like that anymore. My husband, who had cancer, and I lived with that for 10 years, I had the opportunity to give him the tools that were missing, which was yoga. He had lung cancer, so Iyengar yoga was very helpful for his breathing pattern. Massage therapy, aromatherapy, nutrition, end-of-life care. How are we going to deal with this? And I found that in the hospitals, nobody was taking care of it. And I got really upset about it. And I said, there's something missing in our healthcare system. And I think in doing that, I realized, well, I call it past, present, and future. It's the wisdom in the past that we have to hold on to that we're so losing. When I think of yoga, I've been a yogi since I'm 18 years old. So that's an old wisdom. And I want to preserve these wisdoms, and I'm afraid in this globalization of world that we're living in today, we're forgetting the true essence of our cultures.